My plant is dying. 2023 is off to a great start. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my 2022 yearly favorites. I have been doing yearly favorites since 2013. Isn't that insane? Next year, when I do my favorites, God willing, you know, it would be a whole freaking decade of favorites. A whole freaking decade of favorites. Wow, I'm getting old. Hi guys, I'm so excited to film this video. This is like one of my favorite videos to film every single year, and it only happens once a year, and I'm very excited. Please ignore my hair. Please. It's one of those things where time got away from me and I couldn't wait to wash my hair to film this video. So basically I have like a hair oil treatment situation happening, and I applied it to my head, my scalp, and the rest of my hair last night. And then this morning I was supposed to take a shower, wash my hair, get all cute for you. But I had to do like a million things for Light Slacker, and so I couldn't film till right now. But if I took a shower first and I washed my hair and then I blow dried and I did all of that, the sun would go away. I would be filming at night. The sun is almost leaving right now. It is 5 o'clock, so I don't have much time. So to avoid filming this video at 9 p.m., I said, let's do it like this. Oily hair, no, I took my hair out of the braid it was in and I sat down to film this video. I threw on some makeup though. But I'm going to immediately rush to the bathroom and wash my hair the second this video is over. Now, I know you guys always tell me that you prefer my longer videos. Every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to breeze through this because I don't want this video to be 100 years long. You guys are always like, no, it's okay, let it be 100 years long, which thank you. You guys don't know how much that means to me. I love you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. However, I've got a cajillion favorites in this video. Like, this video is going to be 100 years long. So I really am gonna try my best to breeze through everything because we just have so much to talk about. I say this at the start of every yearly favorites video, but I'm gonna link my last year's favorites down below because I am loving all of those products as well still. So many of those products I talked about I use every single day till this day. There's a reason they're my yearly favorites. They are holy grail items. So since I don't want to beat a dead horse, I am going to skip through a lot of the products you guys know for a fact I already love and adore. Like, I don't need to talk about my Smashbox Primerizer in this video, my Laneige makeup serum, because I've been talking about those items, especially the Smashbox primer, for like 7 years now. And you guys know it's my favorite. It still continues to be my favorite primer of all time, and I use it constantly. But today I want to talk about two primers that are definitely a little bit different for me. These are going to be a little bit unusual, but I just have to mention these because they are so special. So the first one is actually not a primer, but I have been using this to death for like the last 6 months, and I have to talk about this. So this is the Tower 28 Intensive Rescue Serum, and I don't know if I've even mentioned this in my videos at all, but I use this almost every day. It is a holy grail item for me, and I need to mention it. So technically this is like a skincare favorite of 2022, but every time I use this product underneath my foundation, no matter what foundation it is, my skin looks flawless. Tell me why. Tell me why, because I have no idea. I don't know what it is about this product because it doesn't even leave your skin like super hydrated. It's not thick. It's honestly just like a gel-like serum. I don't want to waste it. I use it every day. Well, it says it's a water-based serum, but it feels a little bit like gel-like, super lightweight, very hydrating, but not like moisturizing, if that makes sense. It says it's powered by a concentrated dose of hyaluronic acid known to improve visible redness and irritation while helping to strengthen the skin, get softer, cleaner looking, happier skin for all skin types. And I agree. It gives me cleaner looking, happier, softer skin. And I love this so much. They're accepted by the National Eczema Association. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's freaking magic to me, and I swear it makes every foundation I put on top just look so beautiful. I don't know what it is. Like, it just makes foundation look like my skin. And it's insane because it's not a primer. Like, it's not a primer at all. I love it. I can't explain it. I wear it under my makeup and it's beautiful. Especially under my holy grail foundation of 2022. The Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint is my favorite foundation of the year. Hands down. Hands down. This is the best foundation ever. It's probably my favorite foundation of all time. I said it. Well, you know, after the Makeup Forever Face and Body foundation was discontinued so many years ago and broke my heart, I have found, I mean, it's not the same. This is not a face and body type of foundation. This definitely has more coverage. I know it says it's a skin tint, but this has like medium coverage. This covers a lot, but it looks like skin for real. It really just looks like your skin is just so smooth and beautiful and a little bit blurred and just like so stunning. It is everything I want in a foundation. It lasts forever. It looks like my skin. No dry patches whatsoever, but it's not greasy or slippy. It's not too dewy. It's literally perfect. And I find myself reaching for it like every single day. I love it so much. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the other primer. Forgive me. I am not well these days. Okay, so the other primer I wanted to mention, it's not so much like my holy grail primer. I don't use it every single day, but I do use it often, which is saying something because I'm not a pore filler gal. Those blurring, pore filling primers have never been my thing, but this one from Caliray is life-changing. It is the best pore filling primer you will ever use, and it truly just blew me away so much that I needed to mention it in this video. This is the best pore filler of 2022. It is called their So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. I believe it is called So Blown because it blows you away. It's like magic right before your very eyes. Like you blend this out onto your skin and immediately your pores are gone. Everything looks so smooth and blurred and like truly like you're just applying a filter. And I know that 2023 is all about blurred skin. You're gonna be seeing so many foundations come out, so many like skin tints come out that have this whole like blurring thing, which I do really love because that natural like blotted lip, that matte vibe is so beautiful because it looks so natural and like everyday makeup, and it's not drying or cakey. I just really love that look. So this blurring primer is everything. Truly, whenever I feel like I'm having like a really bad like skin day, my skin is extra textury, I have larger pores, whatever the case may be, this is a little lifesaver, I will say. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and you've got yourself a cocktail. Okay, I have to mention really quickly, I know I say it in every freaking yearly favorites, but the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear continues to be the best drugstore foundation. I will say it even lasts longer than my Holy Grail Skin Tint by Beauty Blender. This will last through a freaking storm. Super long wearing, incredible finish, non-drying, flawless, gorgeous, and affordable. Love it. I really want to get into more drugstore makeup in 2023, so I cannot wait for another foundation at the drugstore to blow me away like this one. I feel like it's never gonna happen because this is creme de la creme. I also have to mention the Estée Lauder Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup because I used this a ton in 2022. Another holy grail for me because it's just like bulletproof. It lasts forever on the skin. It's actually very similar to the L'Oreal Infallible. It's just a little bit thinner, a little bit liquidier, and not as like flawless. It's like the sheer liquid tint version of this actually, because they're both extremely long wearing. Like when you take them off at the end of the night, they look so flawless, just like you applied them. But this one definitely has less coverage. It's a little bit more like sheer and watery. So it honestly just depends on what I'm going for, but I love this foundation a lot. I definitely prefer it to the regular double wear. That's way too cakey for me. Okay, and then I have to mention SPF because it is truly the #1 anti-aging skincare ingredient. Guys, if you are not, I know I say this all the time, but guys, if you are not wearing SPF every single day, you are doing something wrong. And that something is not wearing SPF every day. It is extremely important so that we can stay young, but also to protect our skin from the sun. And it's just like we need to put it on. Even if I'm just gonna be home, yes, even if you're just gonna be home, wear it every day. So I actually don't know if I've mentioned this specific SPF to you guys on my channel, which is crazy because I've been using it for months and months and months, almost every single day, and I love it so much. This is the Supergoop Every Single Face Watery Lotion SPF 50. I love this because it is literally water. It's definitely watery lotion. Once you apply it to your face, it like disappears. You feel like you didn't even apply anything on it. And for that reason, I feel like it's the perfect everyday SPF. That's why it's called Every Single Face, because it's for every single day. Every day when I'm done brushing my teeth and washing my face, this is the first thing I grab. I just throw it on. It like immediately disappears and I just go on with my day. Even if I am gonna go wear makeup later on and I apply a different SPF, whatever the case may be, this is the first thing I throw on my face. It's so easy, it's so lightweight, liquidy, just blends into the skin. You don't feel it at all, and I love that. I love that for that. Sometimes I do, however, want a thicker, glowier looking SPF, something to really hydrate the skin. And whenever I want that, I usually go in with my Clinique SuperDefense City Block. I've talked about this a ton. This one is also SPF 50 and it's super glowy, really beautiful. And I love wearing this one underneath my makeup because makeup just like really sticks to it. Versus this one, it's just that it's so watery. Okay, I don't want to talk about my Makiage Fucking Flawless Concealer again, but this is my favorite concealer. It's the best everyday concealer. It just blends blends into the skin so, oh my god, I'm wearing it today as my foundation, which I know is so funny because you would think I'd be wearing this one, but I'm actually wearing the Fuck Up Flawless concealer in the shade 08 all over my face. I always use this shade on my face. Sometimes when I'm so lazy that whenever I grab my concealer, sometimes I'll just grab both of these, like these two shades, 2.5 and 08, and then I just like paint all over my face with both of them. And I use the lighter one as my concealer, of course, and then I use the darker one as my foundation, and I love it because it's so natural and beautiful and the coverage is gorgeous without being too much. It just works as foundation as well. But as a concealer, it is stunning. It doesn't crease that much. It gives you enough like light to the face without being dewy or like heavy or like thick. It's so light, but it's not drying or too matte. It's truly just the perfect everyday concealer. I love it so much. I will always go back to that guy. But I do want to quickly mention the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer that has the world's worst packaging ever. This shit gets so dirty, bro. Look at this. And I clean this every day. And somehow it still looks like ass by the end of the day. Every time I use it, no matter what. Concealer just collects there. It's ridiculous. However, the formula is very lovely. If you want super flawless under eyes, like I'm talking about matte, flawless, full coverage, glamorous. If you want that vibe in your concealer, this is the way to go. Because this does it without being drying, cakey, separaty, like creasy. I don't know how it does it. They call it their luminous matte, and I didn't understand why until I used it. Because it's definitely not luminous, like it's matte. It's fully matte, but it's not drying and it's not flat, which is insane. I do have very dry skin, so I do like to mix it in with my Makiage one or something a little bit more like fluid and light. But whenever I want flawless under eyes, like if I'm doing glam makeup, this is the concealer I have. This is it. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about my Ilia Drawn In bronzer again because it is my favorite powder bronzer for like 3 years now. I love it so much. I will continue to purchase it on Sephora time and time again. Even though the glass in that compact is very prone to shattering and it messes with my head because I'm a little stitious, but I try not to let that get to me because the bronzer is so good. So that should tell you something about the formula. It's excellent. In 2022, I did use this guy a lot. It wouldn't be right if I didn't mention it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm face palette, and I feel like I beat this to death. I used these two bronzers to contour so much this past year. If I wasn't using the Makeup by Mario contour stick, I was using this. Whenever I wanted that cooler undertone, because I usually go for like a more neutral, warmer bronzer. I love the formula of this so much. It's one of those like gel powders, so it's not like super dusty or powdery. And something about this formula just looks so natural when it comes to contour. Like when it comes to regular like warming up the skin kind of bronzer, I feel like it doesn't matter. But when it comes to a more cool tone contoured look, this formula is beautiful for that. Because it's not powdery, it honestly looks like a shadow on your face. Like it looks so natural, so beautiful. I love this so much. And even though I didn't use the shimmer shades all that much, they are really beautiful highlights or blush toppers. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. Loved this so much in 2022. But I will say, if I had to pick one bronzer, like if I'm giving out awards for all of these categories, the best bronzer of 2023 award would have to go to the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. This is my favorite cream bronzer ever, guys. Specifically in the shade Laguna 2, which is the original Laguna. You would think Laguna 1 is the original Laguna, but no. Laguna 2, the original Laguna. And it is beautiful, so beautiful. It's definitely a combination of formula and color for me. It's so easy to blend. Even if you put it on your face and you leave it there for like 20 minutes and you go back to blend it, you can blend it really well. It's easy to manipulate, but it doesn't lose its pigmentation. Like it makes you look bronzy and delicious. Like it's a very pigmented bronzer that's very blendable is what I'm trying to say with all of that. It's a good formula that lasts a long time on the skin. I'm wearing a little bit on my face right now. I just wanted a little bit of something. I was going for like a more natural complexion overall today since I literally just threw on some makeup just to film this video. But I love this formula so much and it just looks so juicy on the skin. And I love the color. It makes me look so tan and delicious, especially when I really, really pack it on. It's stunning and gorgeous and I feel like a Victoria's Secret supermodel or a Savage Fenty supermodel every time I wear this. When it comes to blush, I honestly feel like Nudestix took over my life in 2022. I was using so many of their blushes, especially Picante. This one in Nude Buff is like the perfect everyday blush. I use this one so much. I was using the Anastasia ones a lot in the beginning of the year, and the M Cosmetics ones too. Those are really good. But Nudestix just has so many colors, and you could either go with a matte finish like this one. Did I already say what this is? This is the Nude Buff Nudies Matte Luxe. So this one has like a matte finish, but this color is everything. It's so beautiful. The perfect everyday pink blush. Truly hands down like my favorite. But yeah, they have some with a matte finish and some with a really juicy dewy finish, and it truly doesn't matter the finish. They're all really stunning. The formula is so good. I'm wearing this one on my face right now, even though you can't tell that much because I'm wearing just a pinch of this color. Just a pinch. But you can pack this color on and it looks so beautiful. It's a very beautiful, healthy matte. Because it is a cream product, it just looks so beautiful and like blurring and just honestly gorgeous. I love their matte formulas, but their dewy formulas are stunning as well, especially in the summer. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Huge shout out to Nudestix blushes overall. They're amazing. Of course, I have to mention really quick, the Pat McGrath blush in Desert Orchid. This is my everyday blush. When I don't want to try, when I don't even want to attempt to put on cream blush, this is the first blush I grab, and it always works because there's a little bit of everything in this blush. It's a little warm, it's a little pink, it's perfect. It matches with cool tone looks, it matches with warm tone looks. It is the most stunning powder blush. And even though it's Pat McGrath and that's expensive, I feel like this shade is so worth it because it has a little bit of a sheen to it without being glittery, and it just makes your cheeks come alive. I love it. And then I have to mention this because I used it so much in the spring and summer in 2022 that I need to talk about it. So this is the Refy cream blush in the shade Rose, and I find it so funny because it's just a little sticker on the back that says Rose. Like no information. I don't know what this type of blush is called. Nothing. It's just cream blush. And her name is Rose. And this is the cutest bubblegum pink blush ever. It's a little bit warmer than like a bubblegum pink, but it is so precious. It's like a ballerina cheek. It's so pretty, so dewy, but really easy to blend. It doesn't like stick to anything. It's such a pretty shade. And honestly, whenever I wore this blush, I would get asked what was on my cheeks. It's so beautiful. I love the color and I love the formula so much. I used it a ton, so I just had to mention it. Okay, so my next product is a highlight. It's a highlighting product that I am so over the moon about. I love this formula. I love this product. It's freaking amazing, and I don't know if I've ever talked about it on my channel before, which is insane to me. But before I show you, here's how I discovered that it was truly such an exceptional product. Let me tell you what it is. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pillow Talk. And it is currently the highlight I am wearing on my face right now. That beautiful glow on my cheeks, that's this guy. And honestly, I've always loved these Charlotte Tilbury highlights. I know there's a few different shades. There's like a really light silvery pink. There's like a gold one. But I didn't really get into it until they made this Pillow Talk shade, which I love everything Pillow Talk, Charlotte Tilbury, like Pillow Talk liner, beautiful. Pillow Talk lipstick, everything Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury is so stunning, and this highlight is no exception. This is the most beautiful like rose tone highlight, and I love applying this on top of my Nude Buff blush because these colors just look so beautiful. Since it's such a pinky tone, I can't wear this highlight on its own, like on the very tippy tops of my cheekbones, because it is a little bit too pigmented for me. It's a little bit too pink. You will see the stripe on my face. I have to like blend it into my blush and kind of make it like a full cheek product because it does have that pink undertone. So to me, it's more of like a blushy highlight. Definitely much more a highlight, but a little bit of a blushy one. But honestly, I didn't really appreciate the formula of these Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wand highlights until I went on a whole freaking hunt for a dupe for this. I bought the Flower Beauty ones that are in the same freaking packaging. It looks just like this. And they have a ton of highlighters, a ton of different colors, gorgeous. I forget what other brands I tried. Even high-end brands that were in similar packaging that I tried in comparison to this, but they were a little bit cheaper, so that I can see if I could find a dupe to this formula, and I could not. The formula of these Charlotte Tilbury highlights are so liquidy and glowy that they make your cheeks look wet. When I was trying to find a dupe, Every other product that was similar to this that I would compare it to just looked so dry on my already really dry skin. There was something about this type of formula that every time it would dry on my cheek, you could really see like the outline of it, because I don't know if it's because my skin is just so dry, it truly just like sucks the life out of everything that I put on my face. But a lot of the time, liquid highlights don't look good on me. A lot of the times I have to go for like the cream kind of highlight or like a gel kind of highlight, because some of these like liquidier ones, when they dry, they look dry on my skin, even though it is a highlight, which is bizarre. But these from Charlotte Tilbury are so beautiful. The formula is truly just like glass skin. So stunning. It catches the light so beautifully. It is amazing. Plus this shade in Pillow Talk is like my favorite shade ever. It's like the combination of the formula and the shade. I'm obsessed with this. If I wasn't using this highlight in 2022, I probably wasn't using a highlight, unless it was the Alamar Cosmetics ones that came out last year that were really gorgeous, but those are powders. If I was using a liquid highlight in 2022, it was definitely Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. Wow, that was so long for what? I don't know. But seriously, you need this. You need this. Totally worth the money. And I'm losing sun really bad. And I'm only halfway through. Great. Okay, this little section is gonna be super quick too, because I've talked about these 100 times. But ever since I discovered the Glossier Brow Flick, I will never go back to a brow pencil. Every time I get brow pencils in the mail, like in a PR package, I don't even swatch them. I just give them out to my friends and family and tell them to enjoy them, because I will always use a little marker like this on my brows for the rest of my life. And I have yet to find a brand that does it quite like Glossier. This is the best little brow marker on the market. It is amazing. However, I'm gonna talk about this in my January favorites, 100%. The Melt Cosmetics Perfectionist Brow Ultra Fine Pen is getting up there for me. It's not as good as the Glossier one, but the tip is even finer, so you can get even more precise and do like even thinner strokes. So I personally have been finding myself using both of them like at the same time. I kind of do like a little combo, but I just wanted to mention that for a second. The Glossier Brow Flick, Holy Grail brow product, best there ever was. Like, if this guy was a basketball player, he'd be Michael Jordan. Hands down. My everyday Holy Grail brow gel still continues to be the Nudestix Brow Set Gel XL. I love this brow gel because it keeps your hairs in place without feeling like hairspray or without like feeling like glue, but still gives you enough hold. Plus there's a ton of little like peptides and ingredients in here to help your brow grow and to just like nourish the hairs on your brows. That is a win-win. I love this guy so much. However, I do have to mention the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. This is a freaking cement. I have never witnessed anything like this in my entire life. And I have tried every brow gel under the sun. 2022 was like the year of brow gel. The year of the waxy, feathery soap brow look. That was all the rage last year. Love that look, by the way. Out of all of the like lamination type gels I tried, this is hands down crazy glue, super glue, freaking cement. And I use this so much that my bottle, my tube, looks like shit. I already need to buy a new one. I'm already running out of this. I love this so much. Whenever I want like cement brows, today I'm just using my Nudestix brow gel. But when I want cement brows that are like, this is what I put on. Fair warning, you do feel this shit. You feel it on your brows the entire day because it literally glues your brows to your head. So get ready to feel the tightness, but your brows ain't going anywhere. Okay, so when it comes to mascara, I've honestly been a creature of habit. The Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara has been my favorite for years now, mainly because it's a tubing mascara and I cannot be bothered with regular mascaras these days. Unless it's like the Rare Beauty one or like really good intense black voluminous ones. This is hands down my go-to. I wear it every single day. So easy to remove, and for that reason, it is the best. It is truly the best. Not just because it's a tubing mascara, it's really good. It's super voluminous. I love how my lashes look. I'm wearing it right now. It's really great. I will continue to repurchase that forever. However, I do have two mascaras I want to mention today. This one is kind of an honorable mention because I just recently started loving this, but the Tartelette Tubing Mascara from Tarte is definitely one of the best tubing mascaras I have used at Sephora or Ulta. I have tried so many mascaras from Sephora that are tubing mascaras, and the same with Ulta, and none of them are as good as my Thrive Cosmetics one. This one is very close. It's pretty much just as good as my Thrive one. So if you are also into tubing mascaras like me and you haven't tried the Tarte one, Definitely check it out. It is very, very good. Definitely my favorite tubing mascara discovery of 2022. And then I have to mention the Item Beauty Boost Juice Dual-Ended Lash Primer and Mascara. This is the best blue mascara I have ever used in my life. I don't know if it's because it has the primer on one side. It has this really light lavender primer on one end, so you just apply this to your lashes first and then you go in with the blue mascara. And I don't know if it's because of the like lighter lavender shade underneath or what, but this shit is so blue, so freaking intense that like, wow. It for real makes my other blue mascaras look like shit. So yeah, I don't use this all the time. It's not my everyday mascara, but when I'm gonna use a blue mascara, this is the one. Okay, I know I've talked about the P. Louise makeup base on my channel a million times before. It truly is the best eyeshadow primer ever, 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 ever. I will bet anything on the P. Louise makeup base. Like, it is the best. Rumor 2 is so good. Every eyeshadow you put on top of this just looks so insane. I dare you to bring up a primer that's better than the P. Louise makeup base. I dare you. They don't exist. But today I actually want to talk about the colored ones. So I believe these came out in 2022, which it's the exact same formula. It's the P. Louise makeup base, but they have a ton of different colors. This one in Vivid Violet is my favorite. I actually want to do a tutorial using this just so you can see it in action because I love wearing it underneath like purple shadows. So beautiful. I love these. They really just make your eyeshadows stand out so much and really bring out the color in them. So if you're into really bold, funky eyeshadow colors, definitely check out the P. Louise makeup bases, especially these colorful ones. Shout out P. Louise. Oh my gosh, guys, I want to try the P. Louise blushes. I just haven't bought them yet, but I will. They look so good. That bubblegum pink looks so good. And then I only have one eyeshadow palette to talk about. I have to just really quickly, really quickly, guys, I swear, really quickly. I just want to give a shout out to my Disco Fox palette that I created with Makiage in 2022. It was such a wonderful time making this palette because they truly gave me total freedom when it came to creating the formula of these shades. If you don't already know, the Disco Fox palette has 6 really beautiful glitter formulas that they had never come out with before. We kind of made this formula together. Makiage hadn't released anything quite like this before. Honestly, they were so expensive to make that we could only add 6 in this palette because this formula is expensive because the sparkle is so fine and so diamondy. Like it's almost like when you apply it to your lid, it's like filtery and reflective. It just looks so shimmery and stunning and very similar to the whole like Pat McGrath glitter topper vibe. This is definitely it. You will get that with these shimmers. Truly so good, so wonderful. Not just because I made it, but because it's really good. Plus the Makiage matte formula is so good. So blendable. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now, even though I have like barely anything on my lid. I have Gay Groovy, this color really close to my lash line, and then I have a little bit of Dream On dusted on top with just a little bit of the Copa on my inner corners and like this much on my lid. But yeah, I love this palette so much. Definitely check out Disco Fox. And thank you so much for the love and support on this palette. It truly means so much to me. I am so happy that you guys love that formula as much as I do. And I know I fell off the wagon there a little bit with my tutorials. It was a very dark end of the year for me, which I will do a whole video about that. I definitely want to do more tutorials with that palette, so stay tuned for that. Okay, I can't mention Pat McGrath contour again. I can't sit here and beat a dead horse like this, okay? So I'm just gonna put her down. But know that Pat McGrath contour will forever be the best lip liner to ever exist, my favorite lip liner of all time. This formula in general, Pat McGrath lip liners, they're unbeatable. They're unbeatable. I have yet to find a lip liner that lasts as long as Pat McGrath. It's the best, it really is. But I do want to mention a lip liner that I have been using so much. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. Oh my gosh. This has become a holy grail lip liner for me. I love her so much. I do wish the formula was a little bit more long wearing, a little bit, but I do love that it's a pencil formula, that it just glides on so easily. Like you can make any lip shape with this and it's just so easy to manipulate your like lip shape. It's insane. Even more than the Pat McGrath one. ones. Like there's something about this formula that's really easy to overdraw. But the shade though, the shade is so good. It actually reminds me a lot of contour, but it's a little bit warmer. So sometimes I'll go to apply contour and I'm like, it's a little bit too neutral. I need something with a little bit more warmth, like a hair more warmth, not something like warm, just a little bit more like reddish. And dude, that is where Anywhere Caffeine comes in. I'm gonna show you like side-by-side comparisons so you can see what I'm talking about with the undertone, but it's such a stunning shade. I love it so much. I'm wearing it today underneath my lipstick and lip gloss, but it is the best. Not better than contour, but it's good. Okay, I have so many lip products to go through right now. Let's try to bang them all out because I've been here for 6 days already. But we have a lot to discuss. I have to give a shout out to NARS Red Square. Okay, this baby had a whole moment in the summertime. I wore this shit so much this past year. This is the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Red Square. It's just like a very hot, intense orange with a little bit of a red undertone. So it's a very beautiful wearable orange. And every single time I wear this, I'm not kidding, every single time I wear this, even people in my everyday life, not even people online, ask me what's on my lips. It's such a good shade for the spring and summer. I love it so much. Plus the formula is really nice. I'm not really into liquid lipsticks anymore. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't either. I feel like we don't really see them much these days. There's just something about that like super intense matte formula that I feel like we're just not into anymore. But we still like that really beautiful like soft matte look sometimes, you know? And I feel like these NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils give me that really beautiful matte look without giving me the drying liquid lipstick feeling. So I really like this formula. Love these little sticks and I love that shade. Shout out to Penelope. I have to say this has become one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. Charlotte Tilbury Penelope Pink is everything. It's the lipstick I'm wearing on my lips right now. I have a little bit of gloss on top of it, but this shade is the perfect everyday pink. My lips look a little bit pinkier because of the gloss, but this is truly the best nude pink ever. It matches with absolutely everything. I love this shade. I love the creaminess. I love how pigmented it is. It's not like super sheer and glossy, but it's so creamy and I love it. I love it so much. It lasts a long time on my lips because it's not so sheer. I feel like last year, like 2021, I wore Bobbi Brown Honey all the time. I feel like 2022, I was hitting up Penelope Pink constantly. Who would I be if I don't talk about the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme? Who would I be? Guys, I have one of these in my purse, up here in the bathroom, under my armpit all the time. Like I cannot live without this. This one is my favorite though. I've gone through quite a bit of it. It's just that I use so many of them, I interchange them. Like the one in my purse is a really pretty pinky color. I truly don't care what they look like. I don't care like what color it is. I just want it for what it does to my lips. So the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme is the best lip plumper on the market. If you want something really intense that's gonna burn the shit out of your lips and actually plump your lips, go for this. If you cannot handle the heat, I'm gonna need you to stay out of the kitchen. If you cannot handle spice on your lips, please do not purchase this. I have had DMs of people being like, that feels like 1,000 bee stings. How can you do that? And they get mad at me in the DMs. They get mad at me. They say that I've caused pain to them. So this is my warning to you. If you cannot handle a very intense, fiery lip plumper, do not try this. But guys, this is the best. Nothing plumps my lips like this, probably because it's so painful. There's a reason it's called Lip Injection Extreme, because boy, this be plumping. And it really does plump for a long time, because a lot of the times I will apply this lip plumper for like 10 minutes, take it off, and then I go in with my lip gloss, and I feel like it still has lasting effects. It's insane. Truly the best. Speaking of the best, we launched lip glosses over at Light Slacker in 2022, and it was a huge project for us. We worked on this for so long to really nail down the formula, and I am so proud of these. They are so good. I'm wearing Alyssa on my lips right now on top of Penelope Pink, just to give it more of like that pinky color, because I wanted it more of like a ballet pink, but I didn't want to add too much of the gloss, because even though it is a sheer formula, the color does really show up, so I wanted just a little touch of Alyssa. But the formula of these is so beautiful. It's very pillowy, so it almost feels like a balm. That's why we named them our Jelly Balm lip lacquers, because they truly feel like a jelly balm, but are still really shiny, really beautiful. They're not sticky. And this shade specifically in Das Expensive, guys, is so beautiful. This shimmer in this is so fine. You do not feel it on the lips at all. Truly, truly, truly the best glittery lip gloss I have ever used, ever. And I'm not just saying that. So I definitely had to mention these in today's video because this was a huge moment for us in 2022. And this formula is incredible. It has white tea. It's so hydrating. There's anti-aging ingredients in it. It's truly so beautiful. And if you have to just get one, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed and that's expensive. This looks beautiful on everyone across the board because it's such a flattering like shimmer, but it doesn't look like glittery or sparkle. It's very fine. It's so luxe. You need it. And come on, look at that name. That's expensive. How cute? Come on. The OGs will understand. Okay, speaking of matte lips without, you know, wanting that dry liquid lipstick feeling, the Makiage lipsticks, guys, are incredible. Incredible. One of the best lipstick formulas ever. They're the Dirty Talk matte lip colors and they're insane. They're so freaking pigmented. You do one swipe and it's like, holy shit. It is wild how pigmented they are. So you don't even use that much. Like you just do one swipe on the top, one swipe on the bottom and you're good to go. It looks really beautiful, very matte without looking drying. It's the perfect matte formula, bro. It's just so incredible. Like it's just insane and it doesn't feel drying whatsoever, but it still lasts a very long time on your lips. And I've honestly been reaching for these a lot whenever I want a bold lip color because a lot of the times on my lips I'll go for like sheer colors. You guys know I love that like juicy, glossy vibe. But whenever I want a bold color, I have been going for these Makiage lipsticks 100% over liquid lipsticks. Like this shade in Den Den looks so intense on the lips. It's so bold, so cool. Love this formula so much. You can find like any shade under the sun. It's insane. Cami is definitely my favorite though. It's not like a super bold color. It's a nude, but I love the undertone in Cami. I just love this formula so much. You can't go wrong with it. Okay, and then the last lip product I have to mention are the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps. I used this so much in 2022, specifically the shade Peachy Beige. I know that when this went viral on TikTok, everyone was using white peach, but for me, Peachy Beige was where it's at. People were sleeping on Peachy Beige, okay? This color is everything. If you want a combination of intense color and shine, you are going to freaking love these because they're truly so shiny. They almost look like oil on your lips because they're that freaking shiny, but also very, very pigmented. They last a long time on the lips. These are really, really good. My other favorite is Cherry Blossom. Such a stunning everyday pink, but Primrose and White Peach are also really, really nice. This formula is just so good. I had to mention it. Okay, so those are my makeup favorites of 2022. I do have a couple more things to mention really quick. It wouldn't be a Kathleen Lights yearly favorites video without telling you what my favorite perfume of 2022 was. And I didn't come to this conclusion based off of like which perfume I used the most in 2022 because I still think it's Mojave Ghost, which is the perfume I mentioned in my last year's favorite, but this was definitely my favorite discovery in 2022. It's the perfume that I've been using non-stop since I bought it. I get so many compliments when I wear this perfume. I know I had been using Missing Person a lot in 2022 as well, but I don't get nearly as many compliments as I do with this guy. It also doesn't last nearly as long as this guy does. This will last forever on my skin. This is Tory Burch Electric Sky, and Tory Burch came out with a ton of different shades that they all look just like this. Did I say shades? I meant perfumes. They all have this same packaging, but there's a ton of different scents. And this one in Electric Sky is my personal favorite. I've tried them all. Electric Sky is my fave. I had like a little sample with all of them, and this is the one that I bought full size. It is so incredible. I don't even know how to describe this. It's definitely, for me, a summery scent, but it's so fresh. I feel like it can be used year round. There's something about the way that this like mixes with my body that I just love how this smells. I get so many compliments, and usually I'd get more compliments on something that's more like gourmand or sweet. This is a little bit more of on the fresh side. I'm gonna put the notes right here for you because I'm the worst, but it smells classy and sophisticated, very elegant, but still like warm and cozy at the same time. It's just so fresh and lovely. I love it so freaking much. And then the more it warms up to your skin, the more beautiful it is. And the longer it's on the skin, the better it smells. So I just had to mention it because it is truly the best perfume I discovered last year. And then I wanted to mention these two shades because these were definitely my favorite launches of 2022 when it comes to light lacquer. This blue shade in Forget Me Nots is my favorite blue nail polish to ever exist. I'm gonna insert a picture of it for you right here. There's something about this like cornflowery, like, what would you call this? Like cornflower blue? I don't know, but it is the best spring and summer blue ever, 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 ever. It's my favorite, so I had to mention it. And then I have to give a huge shout out to Virgo because it's such a unique, mysterious, deep, glittery, emeraldy, but like a little even purple in there. It's just so insane that I have to mention it. Our whole Zodiac collection, it was definitely a favorite of 2022 in general. But this shade in Virgo, you guys need it even if you're not a Virgo, okay? It is truly, truly so amazing. Have to shout out those two colors because they were my top two of the whole freaking year. And then I thought I'd end this favorites video talking about my favorite book of 2022, which is hands down, I took off the outer part. I know, I'm so annoying. But I just hate like loose things and so I just took it off. But this is the Green Lights book written by Matthew McConaughey. It's so cute on the back. It says, just keep living with his little signature. And so many people had talked about this book and told me about this book, but I was like, you know, I love Matthew McConaughey. Don't get me wrong, I love him. But I don't know if I want to like necessarily read like a story about his life or anything like that. No, it is so much more than that, guys. This is not just like a story of Matthew McConaughey's life. This is a book about everyone's life. This is a book that will help you in life no matter who you are. It is an incredible read. I can get emotional just talking about it. I laughed, I cried reading the book. I feel very passionate about it. And basically he wrote this book on how to turn life's red lights into green lights. Like the way he puts it, like everybody steps in shit every once in a while. Like we all step in shit. We all go through some really tough lessons that we might not always understand. Life just has a lot of ups and downs. And he says that in this book about how like we all step in shit, but it's what we do after that that truly matters. Like, are we just gonna wallow in the shit we just stepped, or are we going to clean the shit off your boots and keep going and keep trying? And I enjoyed it so much. I felt like it taught me so much. And it's such an easy read. Like, you cannot put this down, trust me. Definitely check out Green Lights. Hands down the best book I read in 2022. So eye-opening and just made me feel really good. So I want you guys to check out the book so that maybe it makes you feel really good, because it's so good. It's the best. That was everything. These were all of the products I was loving in 2022. I cannot wait to never look back there again. Worst year ever. And I know that that's the case for a lot of us. I know a lot of you kind of feel the same way. It was such a challenging year. So many ups and downs. Almost felt like there were more downs than ups for sure. But what's important is that we're still here and we still have our health. And even though we might not be in a good place mentally, what matters is that we want to be and we try to be. That's always the most important thing, at least for me, is like the wanting to get better. I have to make sure that I always try and want to be like the best version of myself. So even though 2022 sucked, major dicks, I want us to make sure 2023 is definitely better. And we do that by trying. But anyway, guys, it was a very weird year on my channel. I know I'm not the YouTuber I once was. You know, I'm gonna be 31 this month. Maybe by the time that you're watching this video, like by the time it goes up, I'm like days away from turning 31, which is crazy. Which is crazy because I started my channel when I was like 21. So that's so crazy to me. But I really hope that 2023 is a lot more positive and that I get to film a lot more and I get to just enjoy my time with you guys a lot more. So that is my goal. And yeah, leave me a comment down below letting me know what your holy grail product of 2022 was. Not just of the month. What was your #1 product of 2022 that blew you away? You're so happy you discovered it. Best thing ever. Leave it in the comments below. But that completes this video, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. No. Spam risk. Mira que tú me llamas. Everyday spam risk. No, that's horrible. There's no way to make oily hair look good. Stop trying, bitch. Damn. The Il Makiage. Sorry. The Il Makiage.